Students at the American University in Cairo sometimes face personal traumas during the semester, whether it be a death in the family, personal injuries, or issues with their general psychological health. In the fall semester of 2009, a number of students had trouble with their studies due to incidents they face in their personal lives. The university offers counseling and guidance through a counseling center, free of charge and available to all AUC students. However, the reviews for the counseling center have not been ones of praise. How can students cope with these traumas? Is the counseling center offering any help? How efficient is the service? And how can the university provide better care to troubled students? That's what we have to find out. Benjamin Conant, an American transfer student who's only been in Egypt for almost 4 months, has been having emotional and psychological disturbances. Due to difficulties with a new country, a new language, and a new lifestyle, Conant tried seeking help but is still dissatisfied with his current state.
I would have these mood swings where I would just all of a sudden feel very despondent and scared and very self-conscious about my surroundings and who I am and why am I in Egypt. That's when I went to a counseling center.
Did the counseling center help you?
I don't know. I have really mixed thoughts and feelings about that. I mean, when I first got there, I talked to the woman, and talking to her for an hour, the counselor, it was definitely a relief. But then when I left the office and I looked back at it, I just thought that wasn't what she had to say wasn't very helpful at all. And then, after the next visit or two, she started talking about chemical intervention, meaning, a prescription for some kind of medicine, prescribing some antidepressants that I've been taking for 3.5, nearly a month now.
Are they helping at all?
It's a mixed bag. They make me very drowsy, so I feel very tired all the time. And
in the big picture, it did help?
For my own particular situation, yeah. But I could really see that the way they handled it, it could be really bad for other people, for a different situation, They should look at cases a lot closer. I mean, if they handled mine the way that they handled everyone else's, just very, fast-paced and, let's get down to the root of the problem really fast, and if you need medication, let's get it to you as quick as possible, because getting medication to someone quickly as possible isn't necessarily the right answer all the time.
Moving on to the counseling center, in the AUC's New Cairo campus, where we find the head of the center, Dr. Ali Mukhtar. How many students are benefiting from the services of the counseling center?
Well, we don't like to give exact figures or numbers. We can prefer to keep that not very widely spread. But in terms of hundreds, we are talking about, yeah.
Do you give medication to students?
If the student needs medication, yes, he's given medication.
And what's the policy with giving medication?
The medication are given from the AUC clinic, so it's a recommendation from us for the type of the medication, and then the AUC clinic gives the actual medication.
Dr. Mukhtar concluded that the counseling center has the potential to be of better function if given more resources. And now moving miles away from the AUC new campus to the calm and quiet Rehab City, where Dina Ali resides. Dina, a communications and media arts senior who has recently been dealing with constant anxiety attacks, is taking medication to get through her very own personal trauma. Tell me about your personal trauma that you've been through this semester.
My fiancé just passed away 2 months ago in a car accident.
And how are you coping?
Not very well, but trying to get through the semester so I can actually graduate and get out of here. I mean, I missed a week or 2 of school, but I emailed the professors. Actually, my friend emailed my professors because I wasn't in a state to email anyone. And then 2 of my professors, who were surprisingly foreigners, were very understanding. And then the rest of my Egyptian professors, some of them didn't believe me. Some of them just said, okay, well, you just missed class, you missed class. It's going to be absent on your attendance sheet or whatever. And that's it.
Some of your professors were not of any help?
No, they didn't believe me. I had to actually go and explain myself. Go and tell them, look at me. They look like I'm acting. They're like, oh, but your parents should have wrote this. I'm like, no one was in the state to sit and write you an email, And if I wanted to fake it, I could have went and made an email with my dad's name or whatever and emailed you, It's not a big of a deal. if it's just an email.
How do you think the university is helping you?
The university is not doing anything. It's actually more stress because you have to like cope and go through your semester because you don't want to waste the money and you don't want to graduate and you want to get it over with. So no, they haven't been helpful in any way.
Well, there's a student counseling center that's free of charge. Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah. And I went in my freshman year because I was having trouble choosing my specialization in the mass comm department. And it took me ages to get an appointment, and after I got one, it wasn't really helpful. I've seen a person called Russia there, and she wasn't helpful, so I never went back. It took me like 2 months or something to get an appointment, to get a spot. Sometimes when they have cancellations, they'll call you 2 hours before and let you know, like, oh, we have a 10-minute spot free at 12 or whatever. And obviously, a lot of people can't make it because at that point, I was living in Rahab and school was in Tahrir, but it was such a hassle. So I had to stick with my appointment and waited for 2 months, and then it was, like, not worth it.
If you would be part of the university administration and you had the same situation with a student, what would you do?
It would be nice if they come up with a policy for emergencies such as these. I don't know what kind of things can be done, but there should be a policy that would address something like that because it'll happen. It happens every day. It happens to a lot of people. Yes, some AC students lie, but that doesn't mean that all of us do. You know what I mean? Some of us it's actually real. Some of us go through this, and there should be a policy somehow. I don't know what, but there should be something.
According to the university, students who wish to withdraw for 1 semester or more due to illness or other emergency may do so through the university registrar. However, it is not guaranteed that there will be a tuition refund for the student. Students like Dina and Benjamin are struggling through the semester due to unfortunate events. Even though there is a counseling center on campus, it fails to provide proper help to students with serious problems.